Welcome to This Explainer. Today we're taking the humble potato, that simple side dish sitting in your kitchen, and elevating it to an absolute marvel of biology and history. We're going to walk through 10 incredible facts that prove the unassuming spud is, well, anything but boring.
Okay, let's dive right in with a question that's going to completely change how you look at the produce in your pantry. What everyday food is 80% water, is technically still alive while sitting there in the dark, and has actually traveled to space? You guessed it, it's the potato.
Section 1. Inside the humble spud, the surprising biology of a kitchen staple.
Now, what's truly astonishing here is this sheer ratio of water. Despite feeling heavy, solid, and dense when you hold one, potatoes are roughly 80% water. That remaining 20%, that's where you find the starch, the fiber, vitamins, and minerals. And honestly, that massive water content is exactly what gives potatoes their beautifully soft, fluffy texture when you cook them.
And this brings up a really fun contradiction about what a potato actually is. So botanically speaking, they are definitively classified as vegetables. But nutritionally speaking, their high carbohydrate content puts them right in the exact same energy-providing category as bread, rice, and pasta. They're kind of the ultimate biological crossover.
So here's a crucial point, and honestly, one of the most fascinating things to me about potatoes. When you harvest them, they don't die. They just enter a dormant state. That means they're very much alive, just temporarily inactive, basically waiting for the right mix of warmth and moisture to sprout, which is exactly why your potatoes will literally start growing new shoots if you leave them out in a warm, bright kitchen. They're literally just trying to reproduce.
Because they're so incredibly hardy and eager to grow, you don't even need traditional seeds. You can easily cultivate a brand new crop just by planting a piece of another potato. This cloning ability makes them one of the absolute easiest foods to grow anywhere on Earth. It's almost like a limitless food glitch.
Moving on to Section 2, Roots of History, from ancient mountains to the stars.
We can trace the potato's dramatic journey across human civilization starting all the way back between 8,000 and 5,000 BC with its domestication by ancient peoples in the Andes Mountains of South America. From there, we see a massive leap to its tragic historical impact in the 1840s, and then finally, its incredible leap into the future of space exploration in 1995.
Focusing in on the 1840s, we really see the dark side of relying too much on this one miracle crop. Over in Ireland, a devastating disease completely wiped out the potato harvests. And because the population was heavily dependent on this single food source for survival, the failure triggered the devastating Irish potato famine. The human cost was absolutely sobering. Around 1 million people tragically lost their lives to starvation and disease, and another million were forced to emigrate. This massive migration fundamentally altered global demographics forever.
But the story of the potato doesn't just end in the past, right? It literally shoots into the future. In 1995, potatoes made history by becoming the very first vegetable successfully grown in space. Scientists specifically chose the potato for space shuttle experiments because, well, it's incredibly nutritious, it's super easy to grow, and it produces a huge amount of food in a really confined area. Turns out, the ultimate survivor crop is also the ultimate astronaut food.
Section 3. Accidents, Presidents, and Snacks. How the potato conquered our cravings.
Now, you might think French fries are a modern fast food invention, but their popularity in the U.S. actually goes back centuries. While potatoes were already known in early America, fried potatoes suddenly became the ultimate fashionable dish among the wealthy. And why is that? Because Thomas Jefferson famously served them at a White House dinner. He essentially became America's first major French fry influencer.
And if you love potato chips, you actually have a cranky customer to thank. The story goes that back in 1853, a customer kept sending his fried potatoes back to Chef George Crumb, complaining that they were way too thick. So, out of sheer frustration, Chef Crumb sliced the potatoes paper thin, fried them until they were completely crisp, and just dumped salt on them, totally expecting the guy to hate them. But instead, the customer was thrilled, and boom, the potato chip was born out of pure culinary sarcasm.
What started as a paper-thin, passive-aggressive response to a restaurant complaint completely revolutionized the snack industry. Today, billions upon billions of bags of potato chips are consumed globally every single year. It's easily one of the planet's absolute favorite snack foods.
Wrapping things up with Section 4, a global potato juggernaut, the sheer scale of the spud.
The potato is just a massive heavyweight in global agriculture. Standing proudly alongside staple crops like wheat, rice, and maize, potatoes are officially the world's fourth largest food crop. From their humble beginnings in the Andes, they have literally taken over the globe.
Just take a second to look at all those zeros. 1 billion. More than 1 billion people on Earth eat potatoes in some form, whether baked, mashed, fried, or boiled, every single day. It's an absolute pillar of global food security.
And to really help visualize this immense scale of production, think about this. The annual global potato harvest is so incredibly large that if you laid them all out, you could pave a massive 4-lane highway circling the entire planet, not just once, but 6 times over. The sheer volume of potatoes we pull from the earth every year is absolutely staggering.
I really hope this explainer has shifted your perspective a bit. From ancient high-altitude farms to modern kitchens, and from Thomas Jefferson's dining room all the way to the space shuttle, the potato is truly one of our most remarkable and resilient companions. So I'll leave you with this thought. The next time you absent-mindedly munch on a French fry, ask yourself, are you just eating a simple snack, or are you tasting humanity's greatest survivor? Thanks for joining us. Keep learning, keep questioning, and we'll see you in the next explainer.